thanks for tuning in. It's the one and only Optibotimus coming to you with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Netflix Transformers War for Cybertron Deluxe Class ELITA-1. Which, at least here in the US, all of these Netflix branded figures like ELITA-1 are exclusively available at Walmart stores. For the package, much like all of these Netflix style ones, you have the nice white box, a lot of red in there. You got the Transformers text, Generation logo, open window that fully showcases her. Come around to the side, got a really nice artistic image of her. The opposite side has that nice image of the Ark crashing down to Earth. Then you come around to the back of the package, you see that she transforms in 15 steps. And of course, you got images of her in her robot mode and her soap mode. But for the package on her, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get her out here and see how cool she actually is. Alright guys, so here we have ELITA-1 opened up out of her packaging and obviously in her bar of soap with wheels mode. And much like all of these figures from Walmart, the exclusive Netflix ones, she does come with a background piece here that allows you to build Teletran 1. I don't remember, well this is Bumblebees, so you can see you got A, you match up the A's right there. Let's just push that in. Oh, well that didn't work. There we go. Just like that. And then you got 9 and I. Now, these are from, or N and I. Now, this, I don't remember which one it came with. But what's interesting is it curves. So, you're going to put it in here. And put that in. You're more than likely going to have to bend that down. But you can see you're creating almost like a three-dimensional sort of display here, which is kind of cool, honestly. You can see it's going to wrap around here with what we got, B and then J, so it's going to flatten out. But I like the fact that it's kind of three-dimensional. That gives a very cool look to it. I wasn't expecting it. I honestly thought it was basically just going to be a complete background, not an actual diorama. So that's cool. I still wish it was a little bit thicker of card stock, but ultimately really very nice. Can't wait to get this all fully assembled for you guys. Down in the comment section, leave me a comment. Let me know if you want to see a full-on video of me putting that together. But for ELITA-1 here, as you can see, basically a repaint and a retool of RC, but it looks really nice. I'm trying to honestly think if we saw ELITA-1 transform in the show. I don't, there's not a lot of transformations that happen in the show in general, so I don't remember, but you can see mostly red. It's all sculpted, molded in that red color. You got some nice gray here for the seats, some light blue for the windshield section here, her little hood ornament thing, her gun, very light color blue. That looks really nice. For the comparison, let's do that. I mean, both of them look fine. I mean, she's a massive shell former. All my complaints and qualms about her and even Lifeline, really, because they're all the same kind of thing, are all basically carried over to this one. I mean, you got her underneath there. There are some remolded parts, like some new heads, new chests, things like that. Isn't it? Oh, yeah, you know, I mean, so there are some remolded parts that does make her look, I think, pretty good. I mean, she looks fine as well. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the transformation. It's very shell-formery, and she's got a giant backpack. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, both modes look decent for the most part. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. And with ELITA-1 being a very prominent character in the new Netflix series, it's cool to get her. And I like the fact that we have a really strong kind of counterpart to Optimus Prime. You can see if you get her transformed right, she rolls fairly well. You just got to make sure that everything is kind of pushed up here, leaving that kind of on screen so you can kind of see that. I mean, it looks pretty good. You can tab her weapon in right here. Does that. You can also plug it in the bottom, which I think is kind of ugly looking because it just sits right there. I mean, I guess you can't really see it too much, but I mean, I wish there was a way that you could lay it flat. That would be a lot better, in my opinion. I don't know why they didn't do that, but, you know, it is what it is. But transformation is the exact same, so I'm not going to focus on it or anything like that. I'm just going to use that good old-fashioned Optibotimus movie magic and go from ELITA-1 looking like this to looking like this. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I really think that ELITA-1 is pretty awesome in the new series, but I really like this. Granted, for the most part, like I said, she is just a repaint and retool of RC, but they did a really nice job with this. Colors obviously nicely match how she looked in the show. The remolded parts really do a good job of helping things out as well. Her head is a little bit wonky, though. Like, you can see what's... Like, this side, it's not that bad, but it snaps back there. So, let's do some comparisons, shall we? So, here she is, and here is ELITA-1. Again, really not much different. And, honestly, I'm okay with it, because the way that they're setting this up with, you know, a number of, like, impactors and a number of seekers and refractors, and I mean, all these characters seem to kind of be like clones of one another, and there's some minor differences to each of them, and that's kind of what we have going on here. I dig that. Really gives them liberty to kind of just repaint them, slightly retool them, and say that they're different characters. Now, obviously, the backpacks can be removed. You push this little button. I know. Still doesn't work all that well. But you pull that out like that, and why is this not... I got that all jacked up here. So you can have that look, which does a much better job of cleaning things up. You got this. Let's push this in. Remove this piece. And you can see that, I mean, things clean up a whole lot nicer between the two. And even doing this gives a very cartoon accurate look to her. I mean, she has these big giant things here on her back, so it works pretty nicely, I do think. I'm really very happy with it. And for one final comparison, here she is next to a Coca-Cola Tic Tac container. Coming in to kind of highlight the differences, obviously you can see that the head sculpt is completely different, but you also have remolded shoulder bits. You can see like little spikes on hers, which again, very cartoon accurate, whereas RC's are very rounded and smooth. And then for her torso, the upper body has been remolded, and even, I'm trying to see... Yeah, even the crotch section here has been completely remolded, so that's nice. The arms are the same, the upper part of the arms, the legs, all of those are the same. Feet are the same as well, but you can see really nice improvement to this figure to give us her look, which does look very nice. You got that lighter pinkish color here for the head. No light piping or anything, but really nice blue paint there in the eyes. A slight tan color for the face, and then you got that same color down here with her biceps and such. That carries down to her hands and even the shin sections, but overall really very, very nice. Nice Autobot logo there, very clean looking. And like I said, cleans up with the backpack very nicely. If you want to use that as an accessory, yeah, you can just rotate that around and she can hover on it. Okay. But all in all, really very, very fun. Like I said, I think, I mean, the articulation is identical. I feel like this, though, is really, it's kind of like right there, like it snap. You can, yeah, see, you can kind of see it snaps. I don't know why it's doing that, honestly. Not a big fan of that. Articulation is all the same, though. None of that changes. But really a solid figure. You can't really turn her head, though, because it just wants to... That's kind of annoying. I mean, there. I guess I can do something like that. But I really enjoy her character on the show. The development of her from basically what we got in G1 is really very cool. And I'm really enjoying the overall character arc. And here is the skull of spoilers. So you know, when this is on screen, I'm going to mention something in Earthrise, and if you haven't seen it, you might want to skip over this section until this little guy goes away. But at the end of Earthrise, we're left not knowing if she's still alive. Now, depending on how things line up with the G1 continuity, she might still be alive, but a bit of a cliffhanger on whether or not she survives some of that kind of stuff in Earthrise is up in the air. So now this is going away. So the spoilers are over, but really good figure. And honestly, I do really recommend her. Yeah, the transformation on her sucks. I mean, there's no real transformation. It's all done on, well, not even that. It's all done on her little backpack, and then she goes into a yoga pose. So she doesn't really transform, but character-wise, really cool. And definitely I would recommend adding her to your collection. So, all of that being said, if ELITA-1 is a figure that you would like to add to your collection, she is hitting Walmart stores right now. As I said, in North America, or at least here in the US, she is exclusive to Walmart stores. So if you are looking for her, good luck and happy hunting. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would do one very simple thing for me. And that's just to hit that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really very much appreciate it. Also, I gotta send a huge shout out to all of my patrons and Optibotimus Plus channel members, who through their continued support, now more than ever, help to make reviews like this possible. And if you'd like information on how you can help support my channel by becoming a patron like these guys do, feel free to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/Optibotimus. Or if you want to keep all of your perks and rewards like custom emojis, loyalty badges, exclusive member live streams, Zoom calls, and the occasional giveaway like these guys do, consider becoming a member of Optibotimus Plus. And for that, all you have to do is click on that little join button right down there. And finally, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.
When all hell's breaking loose, you'll be